With UN-sponsored peace talks set to resume in Geneva Monday, diplomatic efforts are in high gear. In Paris, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met with the EU foreign policy chief, plus his British, French, German and Italian counterparts for broad roundtable talks. The Syria crisis high on the agenda. Next week's talks coincide with the 5-year anniversary of the start of the conflict, which has killed more than 250,000 people and created the world's worst refugee crisis. Kerry called on all sides to abide by a ceasefire deal that's sharply reduced the levels of violence in Syria, saying ongoing violations of the truce risk undermining the entire peace process.
If we don't want to be back here next year, or even the year after, facing the Middle East with even more refugees, even greater numbers of dead and displaced, even more suffering and erosion of hope, it is vital that people exert leadership and deliver on the cessation of hostilities. In the long run, the only way to actually end this challenge of refugees is to end the Syrian civil war.
Meanwhile, the various Syrian delegations continue to arrive in Geneva for what's the most substantial recent effort to end the war. But Syria's government on Saturday ruled out any discussion of the fate of the Syrian presidency at the talks. And the lead opposition negotiator said a political transition couldn't even start unless Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was no longer president. Meaning, come Monday, diplomats still have enormous challenges ahead.